ASP Russell joins me live on set for our Police News segment. Officer Russell, great to see you. Welcome again.
Thank you. Pleasant good morning on behalf of the Commissioner, the Deputy Commissioner, and the 1st and 2nd Division of the Trinidad Tobago Police Service. I want to say good morning, Trinidad Tobago, and it's, as usual, it's a pleasure for me to be here.
I'm watching today's talking point, graduation safety tips. We know the season is here, Form 5, Form 6. Lots of grads around the place. I didn't even realize we need some safety tips for graduations. Probably if you could elaborate and let us know why.
Right, and and I like how you said that graduation is a very proud time for parents and students, right? And there's something called a graduation ball, these parties that these children would be attending. And we want to remind the parents, how to speak to your children before they attend these graduation balls. When you look at it, a lot of these young children are 16 to 18, that little gap there where they are ready to go out and embrace the world. Some of them may have told themselves that we reach. This is the end of the road, but this is just one step. Your CXC and your CAPE is just one step in that journey of life that qualifies you for that dream job or dream position. What you tend that may find to take place is the use of alcohol.
But I mean, I guess they'll have to probably bring that in, because I don't think any graduation, any one of those established halls, I won't call no particular space, but I mean, I would imagine all the drinks would be virgin. It would be virgin cocktails and soft drink and Malta.
All right, but let me tell you something. There are some persons that may have been successful at CAPE. There are some persons who, so if you're successful at CAPE, many times you would have been of the driving age.
Yes, it's
so
true.
You may be 17 and over. It could be in the car.
True.
Suppose you are from a family that is so blessed that would have rewarded you with your own vehicle for doing well in CXC. I remember when I was going Southeast, I had classmates that drove to school. So that they could have it in the car. So what we want to do is to have the parents warn their children that the mixing of alcohol, because energy drinks are stimulants and the alcohol itself is a depressant. It's a deadly combination. The vaping of the marijuana. These days you're seeing persons mixing marijuana with all kinds of things. There's this new synthetic drug called K2, which is dried grass, but it's sprayed with chemicals that mimics the THC content. Then we have the party drugs.
Yeah, the pills.
The Molly, the ecstasy, the methamphetamine. And we have to realize we cannot bury our heads in the sand and pretend or be ignorant to the fact that these types of drugs exist within our society of Trinidad and Tobago, because I remember last year there was a drug bust where in Southern Division where a gentleman was held with a significant amount of methamphetamine. So these things are circulated in our society, and we want to warn and protect our children to guard against these things. Not because they would have reached a particular age or you yourself are proud of your success means that you will let your guard down. This is just one step into the journey of life. And then for those, again, who were so blessed, I know you would have seen the papers with the young children who left for the party and ended up in the accident. Young drivers, again, look at the weather that we are facing.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And again, I'm glad that you brought that to the table, because I guess, you're not thinking in that direction, but it's a different timing and there are different influences and substances in the market.
Definitely.
Back in the day, it might have been one beer cigarette, but now it's a whole different...
It's a whole different
ball game. I saw something in the news cycle recently, and I wanted to give you a chance again to address it and to remind folks. Some men, I think a guy went out to meet a blind date and was robbed again,
on
an online meet and greet, and it went in a sour direction. And when I saw it, I said, oh my goodness, I say, Russell always talking about that?
Well, I am happy that you could say that I'm always speaking about that, because we would have gone through it time and time and time over again. We would have spoken about the Grindr app. We would have spoken about the Facebook marketplace, and people continue to get themselves involved and fall victims to these online apps and stuff like that. And I'm so happy you gave me this opportunity this morning, because recently in the Western Division, I was again asked to repeat it, because we are seeing it not only in the Western Division, but throughout Trinidad and Tobago. We have been asking persons to just come to these stations you know, just or in the vicinity of the station to meet these dates, to do these transactions. You know, and I'm not saying for the police officer to get involved because it's a private transaction, but try and use the covering, the safety of the precinct, the police station, to do these transactions. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, because when I saw it, again, I think this one was a date scenario. And I guess with the date, it's really one of those very ticklish, very delicate developments, because you're talking to somebody, I'm sure, and you will build a particular rapport and a relationship and a certain trust. And it's now you want to meet the person, and it could be, as they say, catfished. It could be somebody totally different.
Definitely.
Or they could literally put you in place, have other folks there just to prounce on you.
And in addition, I want to warn, especially younger generation, stop putting your entire lives on the Facebook and on the Instagram and on these things, because you may be a homeowner or renting somewhere, or you may have a nice vehicle and you post where you're going to Dubai, or you're on vacation in St. Lucia or St. Kitts or wherever, even as Tobago. You know, let Trinidad and Tobago know, I'm not home.
Yeah.
The car is there. There's no one home. Go in and take what you want.
Yeah,
we have to be careful how we do these things. We have to be our first guide and our first protector. Yes, the police service will continue to do our part. We will have gotten new vehicles, so there will be an increased police presence. But the first police is you.
You know, before we wrap, because in the limited time that remains, your colleague Meister was on the program, and I brought it to him that I know lots of criminal elements do their due diligence.
Definitely.
They will do their research, they will scope you out, watch at your time and see what time you leave, what time you're coming back. But you're suggesting to me that people do the exact same thing on social media. They will, so basically, do posts in real time, especially if you're out of the country.
Definitely. Or manage the photos you put up. Manage what you put up, because you never know. There was a commercial that done by, I think, is the Human Trafficking Division, when they speak about a young lady who posted something on online, and the guy came to where she was.
In real time?
In real time. You know, we have to be careful, the information. A lot of the times we open these profiles and we put our entire address, where we work, where we live, where we play, where we study, our hobbies, our likes, our dislikes. Then you're not giving that other person an opportunity to learn you, that person coming knowing you. So already your guard is down, because that he or she already knows what you like, what you're into, where you live in, what you look like. And then when you look at it, these things may affect you in getting a job later along the road, because when people are interviewing you and they're doing background checks, they go on your profiles now. We have to be careful. Once you post it out there, it cannot come back. And a lot of the times we post pictures where we think we are at our best. So you see the gym pictures, you see the mass pictures, you see the beach pictures, and you know how a beach picture and a mass picture is. These things come back to haunt you.
Yes, I mean, it's a different timing and it's different considerations. As always, Officer Russell, thanks for being here. I'll let you have the final commentary. It's all yours.
Well, Trinidad and Tobago, we want to encourage you to be safe. Another weekend is here. Be careful. Be careful of these dating apps. Be careful of these business apps, these Facebook marketplace. Utilize the services of the police. Come to the precinct or within the vicinity of the precinct to get these transactions done. Take care of yourself. Be aware of your surroundings. And remember, we are in the rainy season. Vehicle maintenance and vehicle safety is a must. And please, let's manage our speeds and drive within the speed limit of Trinidad and Tobago.
ASP Russell Media Ambassador touching base for another successful Police on You. We are to the news update at 7. Much more on the other side. See you soon.